going? Hello, everyone. My name is Andres Diaz. Me and Will is back again for another spectacular podcast on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're on season 3. Will, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, and I'm actually excited to talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again because I think I mentioned last week that season 3 was my favorite out of the seasons so
Yeah.
far. And how about you? What's your thoughts on season 3?
I mean, I think it's a really solid one. I think 4 is probably my favorite.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
but I would say 3 uh is like it's top 3. I'm trying to decide if I like 3 or 5 better, but um yeah.
Yeah, I am like, I want to switch my ranking. Like, I want 5 to be my second because I I think because I like the solo episodes for Fitz and Simmons,
Yeah.
and we'll discuss that. One of the reasons that I like the season so much is the whole Fitz and Simmons relationship and,
hmm
and its overall character development throughout this season.
Yeah.
Because man, the actors this season is their best performance, and I think it's one of their best performances throughout their roles in the run of this show,
hmm
and so I really appreciate that. And also in terms of the character development, I think the reason I like the season the most is the character interactions. These are one of my favorite like combos of characters. I like the May and Lance team up,
hmm
like Bobby with with Colson and Fitz and Simmons, and when Simmons comes back, I like her interaction with her, and then I like Mac and Yo-Yo, which um,
Yeah.
I will say Yo-Yo is my other favorite character, and I like his start his his character development and his relationship with Yo-Yo throughout the next couple of seasons when we see,
hmm
and so that's why I like this season as the most is that, and just I like the science fiction of this season, uh
Yeah.
so that's one reason I love about the season the most.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna put third the third season is my second favorite now. I'm just like I'm deciding. Yeah, I liked the storyline more than 5, I think.
Yeah.
And this season has Bobby and Lance, so
Yes,
yeah.
that's the thing. Let's kind of get that out of the way. I love Bubby and Lance. I think they're the best characters, and I think they were my favorites in season 2. Um, and obviously, I know they were supposed to do a spin-off show,
Yeah.
and of course, that didn't happen, which is kind of sad. Um, I really love their like exit episode. It's one of my favorite episodes. I mean, it it was really sad to see them leave, and I just love the final shot of like every team giving them like the one shot of drinks up in the
Yeah.
air. Oh my god, that was so, oh my god, heartbreaking.
That was
Just
good, yeah.
especially with Mac, because that like killed me. He was like tearing up, and it was like, oh my god, oh poor Mac. And yeah, and just like with with the other character, Tippet, yeah, right, triplet from season 2. I like we discuss Bobby and Lance exit in a couple of the episodes towards the end of season 3,
Yeah.
so that was good too. So yeah, very sad. um did you know why they didn't pick up this show, the most wanted one? Because
I mean, I know they filmed a pilot for it, and then the
yes.
network decided not to pick it up, so they must have thought it wasn't good. Or I know I mean, this is around the same time that Agent Carter got canceled, and I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't doing as well as the network had hoped, so they weren't too enthusiastic about a spin-off. But
because I I think doing a Bobby and Les show like had potential. I mean, like you can easily like introduce other Marvel characters, like I mean the ground up. Like this is how they can introduce the new Warriors, maybe. But I mean, that's another
yeah,
hope.
I mean, I would have loved this show, I think. Um,
Yeah,
they had great chemistry. They were like really good as leads. Um, and I think it would have been just a fun show. But
yeah, yeah. It was kind of shame. Because they could have done almost um like arrow scenario, like get flashbacks of their like early years of their relationship and like
mhm,
explain why they broke up or like divorce, stuff like that. Like all that could have been interesting, to see.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like them, and I like how before their exit, I like their storylines in this season. Like I like Lance like whole, half mark of like trying to get Ward and try to kill him because what he did to Bobby from season two. And so I really like that. And especially I like how his interaction with May was so much fun. I
Mhm,
That Campbell was amazing, and May got a lot more to do in this season, which I was happy about. That was another thing I liked about the season was May had more to do here, and she had more like vulnerability, and just her relationship with Andrew was very interesting and
mhm,
fascinating. Um, Honestly, when we found out Andrew was Lash, and that whole thing was so sad. So
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, what do you thought about May of this season? Do you agree that this was, I think for me, this is her best season after five, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, so how much of the show have you seen so far?
Um, so far, hold on. I finished up the time travel part of season five. I'm the part where
Okay.
they're back,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm like at right now. I haven't
Okay.
gotten back to that show yet.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like in like starting in the latter half of five, they give May a little more focus in terms of character development.
Okay.
So not to say that this isn't necessarily the best season for it, but like I think there is definitely like in the first five, it is. Um, so yeah, no, in the first two seasons, she felt a little neglected, and I think we've mentioned this in the other discussions. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, she was just kind of like the cold, no nonsense, like
Um,
fighter person, and this gave her more of a backstory, more of like an emotional core, which was good.
yeah, and it was good, and just just personality wise, I like it. Yeah, I like how she became like a mother to Sky in
Hmm.
this season, and so yeah, because I didn't like from last season that like we had to connect her like cavalry story to the Inhumans,
Hmm.
and then I didn't like we had to yo-yo her with the trust with Coulson,
Hmm.
the whole healthcare, like what was like the secret thing he had, because the real Shield came in and like just throw everything out of the loop for her, stuff like that. Um,
Hmm.
Here I was just very happy we didn't do that for her. I was very happy we got like she was trying to like have a normal life with Andrew, and obviously we didn't like we were kind of like I was like thrown off from the first episode, like why she wasn't with Andrew. I forgot she left Shield. I have a question. Were you confused when you saw the premiere for season three? Like, okay, where was May? Like, I thought she was going on vacation for just like 1 week. Like I thought about that. I didn't know she
Mm.
left permanently from Shield, and like I was like, really? Like were you confused? Because I was confused. I was like, okay, what's going on? And obviously it was like because that was the one part I was like, what's going on? I thought she just left for 1 week for Shield so she could spend one time for Andrew, like try to repair her relationship with Andrew. And then I and then it was like, oh no, she left permanently from Shield, and I was like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you had that like I did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember
Okay,
what I thought at the time, but
okay.
because it was like 6 years ago. But yeah, no, it definitely wasn't super clear. Yeah.
But it's a minor thing, and I just think it was like kind of weird how they did it. But I did like um the whole Andrew becoming Lash. I
Hmm.
think that was a great um story progression for that character. I did like him from season 2, and I like his relationship with Sky, and like how he was trying to help her, kind of overcome, like control her somewhat inhuman abilities before she got into the afterlife city with her mom and the whole other inhumans.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just like everything about Andrew in this season, and it was really sad that he got killed from Hive towards the end of season 3. That was very disappointing, and it gave me like probably it gave the actress so much performance during that scene. It was one of my favorite moments of her character in this season. Um, but yeah, and obviously Lash was from the comics, and he looked pretty good actually. I was surprised how they nailed his look from the comics, and so but that was very good. I guess the other part was the other thing I like about it was I like the whole Coulson and Daisy relationship. Like this is the best they are in this season. Um, I like the idea they were creating the new was it the Secret Warriors? Um,
Yep.
yeah, I like that. I kind of wish they continue with that, but the couple of the seasons, and I was just disappointed they didn't continue with that storyline.
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder if that was related to the spin-off not getting picked up,
I
because that might have changed the plans that they had for the story.
guess so. Um, I mean, it it could be, but I kind of understand um like in terms like they didn't have too many Inhumans in their pockets yet. Like they only found that new character. What's his name? Joey.
Mhm.
Um, and then they only had Sky, and then Lincoln wasn't he wasn't keen on becoming like a shield agent because of what happened last season, and just overall his opinion on the organization.
Yeah.
um, and then and obviously they just recently found Yo-Yo, and she wasn't keen on joining as well.
Mhm.
So I, I feel like there was a logical reason, but I mean, next season they had a couple more heroes, like Ghost Rider joined in, and then I don't know, season 5. I really wanted to see if season 5 they bring back the kid who can he controlled the rocks,
Flint. Yeah.
less Flint. I feel like you have Flint. I think that's a good team of Secret Warriors. You have Joey, Yo-Yo, Sky, Ghost Rider, and Flint. Good team. Um, I don't know. I agree. I think you hit in the nail. That's probably what happens. The spinoff didn't get picked up, and they had to probably course correct. Um, and I don't know. I think it was good because I think this is the last time I like Sky because I'm kind of frustrated with her during 4 and especially 5. I I just I personally I think this is Sky's last best season as a character, because next season I understand why she left Shield and stuff like that. I just personally did not like be put her in that path. And then five, of course, we did. Honestly, when she traveled back, she discovered that she's the one that caused Earth's demise and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
just I don't know. I'm not keen on that so far in season five. So I think this is the last season I like Sky as a character.
I mean, you haven't finished the show yet, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know what's gonna happen with her character. But I was kind of sad too of Lincoln. Lincoln, I really like his character. I wasn't keen on him on season two, but I thought he was a good character overall. But I think this season he was great overall, and I was kind of sad that he got killed for this season. But it was necessary for the story. Um, I don't know what you thought about Lincoln as a character.
yeah, I was never like too big a fan of his, but I thought he was better in this season. Um, I thought he had a more interesting storyline.
Yeah, this season they introduced was it Robin's father. Like this is how we get introduced to Robin. Um, the character um that can see through the future, right?
Yeah.
So we saw her father in this season, which was cool. That was my favorite episode. Um, just Sky trying to prevent this this thing that's gonna come up, and it was a cool episode. It was like kind of like a loop, like one of those loop episodes, that's like Groundhog Day. It was kind of like that,
hmm
but it was like, okay, here's what's gonna happen, but like I love that discussion of like, well, you cannot change it. It's gonna be inevitable,
hmm
you know, and I really like that, and this is right after the mid was it the mid season when they went to the planet that Simmons went to, and then this was like the next episode, and like it was setting up the whole like necklace and like the whole the Quinchek and like who's gonna die, like it was setting up Lincoln's death, or like the demise of him and Hive. So it was a good episode to set everything in motion. um so that was really cool. I guess was this the season where we got uh yeah, Rosalind Price, is that the character's name?
Yeah.
um so we thought about that, and like Coulson forming like a love to this character, and like did you like that?
Um, yeah, I remember thinking it was interesting at the time.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's not particularly memorable now as a plot point,
Mm, yeah.
but um,
um I yeah, the whole thing was, I don't know if like did I believe Coulson falling in love with this character was organic. Like that was my thing, because when she gets killed, Coulson, you know, gets, because she gets killed by, Ward, of course,
right.
and then of course, Coulson is like completely outraged and emotional compromise because of what Ward did, and it's like did Coulson had enough time to like this person, after what she did, and I get why, I get the Price was tricked by Gillian, who is the main, well, the secondary antagonist of this season,
hmm
about the Inhumans and the whole, bringing Hive back to, in this dimension. I don't know, like I feel like the whole relation was kind of fleecy at best, but I like the actress performance. I think she and Clark Gregg had chemistry, and I liked their banter when we got through the next couple episodes. I think I started to like it, but I just don't believe that those two like falling in love right away.
Yeah.
Just going too far. Um, yeah, and then okay, so we mentioned those characters. Who else we have to bring up? Um, I
I mean, you want to talk about Gideon Malik?
yeah. Okay, let's get into that because honestly, this season was the last season for Grant Wars like recurring appearance for this show, and
Mm.
Dean was the antagonist. Like this is what the last season for Hydra, right?
Uh,
Or
kind of. There's a
kind
little bit of Hydra in season 4
okay,
in
season.
the framework.
Oh yeah, the Agents of Hydra. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. We see Ward back again as well. In that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Ian. I really like Ian as a villain. I think he was very interesting, and I I love how he. I love the episode when we find out the Hive have the memories of his brother, and and we find out that Ian trick like he like manipulate his chance to go to the portal, and his brother went instead.
Hmm.
It was like a totally like mind trick for Gian, and like of course Hive killed his daughter, and so like he's so emotional and he wants revenge on Hive, and he's already a fascinating character. I like the episode I mentioned with Robin's father, how he saw his death, and obviously he gets killed by Sky, because obviously Hive has the ability, like he's one of the rare, like he's an inhuman, right? Like he's one of the first inhumans, and he can control a inhuman, so he affected Sky obviously,
Yeah.
and she's the one that killed Gideon, and that's like his future was set, and we just didn't know who was going to kill him. I thought it was going to be Hive, but nope, nope. Um, but yeah, so I think Ian was a good antagonist, and I was kind of
Yeah.
sad that he died. So
Yeah. Did you recognize him from the first Avengers movie?
yes,
Yeah.
it took me a while to say, oh, okay, I know. I had to look up afterwards. Like I knew it was someone from the World Council and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, oh, and I like his bodyguard. Um, the other human, he controlled. He's like a telekinesis guy. What's this guy's character's name? He's from John Wick Chapter 3, I think.
I haven't seen the John Wick movies yet.
Oh my
Um,
god, why? You need to see John Wick Chapter 3 and 2.
no. Yeah, no, I need to get
I
on that.
Yeah, Gian. Okay, Mark. Uh, the Gasso, that's his name. Is this? Yes, he's from Chapter 3. He's with Fan. He's in the CBS series from the reboot of Hawaii Five-O. He's great in that. And what else? I see him. He's apparently in Drive. The okay. I thought he was gonna be in uh, the Ryan Gosling film, but it's not. It's a '90s movie.
Yeah.
Cradle to the Grave. That's the movie I've seen so many times. That's a Jet Li film. He's great. He's one of my favorite characters in the series. He has a lot of premise, whatever you call that. Yeah, and he voiced Richard Dragon and the direct to video Batman Soul of the Dragon. So that's cool. So yeah, did he get killed? Yeah, he did kill.
Yeah.
He got killed by Fitz. Right, he got by Fitz. But yeah. Okay. What's your thoughts on Gian? I'm kind of curious to hear their thoughts on him.
Yeah. I really liked the reveal that a person that was on the World Security Council was a member of Hydra. I liked the idea of Hydra kind of like splitting into splinter cells after it was destroyed in Winter
Soldier.
Soldier. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it just made a lot of sense for an organization called Hydra to not die when you
Yeah.
cut the head off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One hand and
it
two
worked
more.
really exactly. Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
worked really well.
Yeah. And I will say, um, I actually didn't mind the whole. Was it like they were connected to Inhuman Hive?
Yeah. Hmm.
So that was the part I was like a little worried.
Yeah, I remember you saying that before you watched the show. You had read about that and you were worried.
Yeah, and I was concerned about that, but then I understood what what was going on with that. It was like, okay, Hydra was built to bring this creature into this dimension, and it made total sense because it fit very well like what Red Skull was doing in First Adventure,
Hmm.
right? Like how he was trying to control the Tesseract, the Cosmic Cube, or the Space Stone. Oh my God, so many names for that thing.
Yeah.
And it made sense. I was very happy with that because I will say, another thing that I was didn't mind that was the Hive character. I really liked the Hive character.
Yeah.
I I thought that he was very fascinating. I like how he had all the memories and not only for Ward. He had like the memories of the astronaut that like fall in love with Simmons in that
Hmm.
planet.
Will. Yeah.
Will,
Yeah. That's why I remember that name. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, what's his name? I thought it was Andrew for some reason, or I don't know, some weird name, and I forgot. Oh yeah, his name you Will.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so weird. Anyway, the astronaut Will from planet. What's the planet's name? I'm
Wasn't he? He's from Earth, I thought.
oh no, the planet
Oh,
he
that they were trapped on.
yes, that one.
Uh,
I,
oh man,
they have a name. Hold on,
did they give it a name or was it just like a string of numbers?
yeah, the
I don't
strain.
remember.
That's just the title for episode, the fifth episode of
Oh, but
470,
that was yeah, 407,
200.
722 hours,
Yes,
4,722 hours.
yeah.
Um,
I'm looking at that episode to see what's the planet's name. Okay, I don't think they gave it.
I don't remember them giving it a name.
Yeah, I just know I know Will, the character Will,
Hmm.
name the sections of the planet where okay, this is where the creature hive is gonna attack you, and like
Hmm.
where the clouds, like the dust clouds, will come in. The minute of hours is gonna descend to this location. Like I remember that. So interesting. So I
Okay.
so
I just looked up on a fan wiki.
okay.
Um, the planet was called Mavith,
Oh yes,
which
yes.
was the Hebrew word for death.
Def. Okay, that makes sense. No, thank you, because I remember the name. It was like a long time when I heard that from season three. Um, but yeah, and speaking of Hive, I think this season had the most consistent best episodes. Like I don't think I have any problem with any of the episodes. I think each one were very good in my opinion. Um, I would say. Like even like Watch Dogs, like if you don't care about it, it's like a good episode where Mac that's where the episode where we see Mac's brother and stuff like that.
Right.
That's like a good episode. And like overall everything else, like I think this season had the most consistent episode. Like there's no like Sif doesn't appear in this season, but like there's no like worst Sif episode in this season for me. So that's good. Um, but yeah, so I really like Hive, and then of course when Coulson killed Ward, of
Mm-hmm.
course, and of course I knew that Ward is gonna be Hive, and he's gonna come back. I guess we can get into Ward. What do you thought of Ward from this season and his last recurring uh, appearance of the season? I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I was sad to see the actor go because I had
Yes.
liked having him on the show, but I felt like the character had kind of overstated his usefulness from like a storytelling perspective. So
Yeah.
it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I didn't care about like his like yeah, like I don't know. We discussed this from last week with season 2. Like he falls in love with Agent 33, and then he blames May for what she did, and then like all that. Um, I don't know, like and his whole like his attempt to rebuild Hydra
Mhm.
again, and then we get introduced to that like Strucker kid. Um, uh, Pretty interesting. I mean, kind of cool, I guess. To see a Strucker in this show, but I mean, I was kind of expecting like we saw Mr. List in last season.
Right.
From Age of Ultron, and I don't know. It was. I kind of wish we had that. Well, honestly, Strucker died in Age of Ultron, so what I'm saying. Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I agree. Lord outstayed his welcome. I didn't mind to see the actor being Hive. I think that was his best performance as Hive. Like
Mm.
I couldn't mind to have Hive as the main villain in a couple of seasons. I thought he was a great antagonist towards the end,
Yeah.
and
And I
I don't know.
liked the special effects of his like true form were pretty good for
Yes,
network TV. Yeah.
yeah, very creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like oh my god, yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, and then they had the like squid, like the inhuman form, and like that
Yeah.
was like, incredible, like transformation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And it was an interesting idea to have him be the first Inhuman, and like he can control any Inhumans, and this is where he kind of affects Sky. And like, did you like that part? Because I thought it was really good. Because just seeing the actress of Sky, to do this kind of like performance of being addicted to this, creature, and like Chloe Bennett, the Daisy Johnson character,
Mhm.
and like that was all like incredible, fascinating in that whole last 4 episodes of season 3.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. What else? Uh, do you have a worst episode this season? I guess like is there like a worst episode in this season? In my opinion, like
Um, I don't know. Not that I can think of. I mean, it's a really strong one.
yeah,
Uh,
I I'm looking back on
yeah.
these episodes. Yeah, like some of them I love. Yeah, I guess yeah, because some of them are so good. Like I I can't complain. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
eh,
I like Watch Dogs. I didn't love the Watch Dogs themselves, but I loved Max
mm,
like development there. I liked having Felix Blake back. Was that
yeah.
the episode where we got the shotgun axe for the first time?
No, he develops the idea
But he
of
has
it.
the idea in season 2 at the end. Or
No.
or no, does he is that the episode where he gets the idea for it?
Um,
Is Watch Dogs? What were you gonna
yeah, in
say?
season 2 he gets the idea, and then no, okay, no, he gets it in season 3
Okay.
because season 2 when he's with Fitz and Coulson, he gets the idea to take the axe out with the gun, and
Right.
then Watch Dogs he does it again. Um, yeah, because that's the most funny gag that
Yeah, I love
did.
the shotgun axe.
Yes, I love it so much. Uh, yeah, I should ask my mom, but maybe she doesn't know. I Oh my god, there's so many seasons we've gone through. I was like, I can't remember when that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, maybe I can do this. Um, bring something up we haven't addressed, like Mac. What do you thought about Mac in this season? I thought he was better in this season than season two.
Yeah. I mean, Mac like slowly becomes one of my favorite characters over the course of the show. So
Very true.
yeah, I think every season he gets a little better.
Okay, yes. He also conceived the shotgun, which comes right. Yeah, so it comes during this season. I think I know.
Okay,
Okay,
I think it is in the Watch Dogs episode where he first actually like tapes an axe to a shotgun.
okay, yeah, the first version, 2016. Yeah. Uh, okay, I'm looking at it now. Yeah. He takes the axe with the gun in his house, and then the second version is the more defined one. That's like
Yeah,
towards
that's
the
when they actually build an axe or a shotgun with an axe on it. But like
yeah
Watch Dogs is the one where he's like defending the house and he
the
just
house.
tapes an axe to a shotgun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. It's the payoff for the joke from season two.
Yes. Oh my god, I love
Yeah.
that. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mac is funny, and I agree. I think I start to like the character more because of his relationship with Yo-Yo.
Hmm.
Um, first off, I love Yo-Yo. I I mean, first, I appreciate the showrunners depicting a Colombian person right.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously when we don't see like the wide shots where that's actually Colombia, you can tell obviously it's Mexico and and it's not because my mom pointed it out like okay the white shots are definitely Colombia
Yeah.
and then when we're in the ground it's obviously a set and blah 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 but I appreciate they nailed the characteristic of a Colombian woman and I really like Yo-Yo as a character in this season. um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I love the new characters in this season. I think Yo-Yo was the best character introduced, and I'm very happy she became a recurring character.
Yeah, no, she's like part of the main cast for the rest of the show, which is great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'm so happy. Oh God, um, I was not happy for her hands to be chopped off, but whatever. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough.
yeah, oh, yeah. Um, I guess she's gonna get robotic arms, and
Yeah, she gets back in action.
okay, that's good. But
Yeah.
I don't know why they got to do that. I just.
I think that's what she's like in the comics. So
Oh, okay. I know she's a character from the comics. I didn't know that part. Okay, okay, that makes sense. And speaking of new character, what about Joey, the cryokinetic character with fire powers? Like, do you
yeah,
feel I like the character okay. I guess my disappointment with it is that we didn't continue with that character. Um,
yeah. I mean, he was okay. I
okay,
don't know. Like I'm fine with them moving on from him, but
okay.
yeah.
Um, I just felt
Um
he had like a cool power, but
yeah. And I think this was Marvel's first like live action gay character too, which was nice. Um
I um yeah this was it this season was it started from 2015, so this is a month before Jessica Jones season one, where Hargoff was like a
right, yeah.
her gay character. Yeah. Yeah. So this is like the first ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they handle it well. I like it. It wasn't like at your face or
Yeah, it wasn't like trying too hard.
yeah.
Yeah, it felt natural, but
The same thing with internals, like with
yeah,
stuff.
Eternals is great
Yeah.
with that. Yeah,
Yeah. So it was in that level. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I agree. Joey was okay. I Yeah, I was kind of shocked. They introduced the Inhumans. Like obviously we're picking up season two. What happened with the terrorism
yeah,
crystals?
which was cool.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. and and then like I love the and this is the season when they really handled some of the MCU events, like the
The,
Sokovia Accords and
yep.
stuff like that. Perfect. I didn't have a problem with that at all this season.
Yeah, I thought it made sense.
Yeah, and so I really like this season, and yeah, and I thought Joey was going to be like a recurring character for each episode. But then when at the first episode he was gone, like afterwards, or well he comes back when Fitz, Bobby, and Coulson are trying to get Simmons back, right? That was the episode he came back.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
well, and the thing is, like we had the Lash thing going during what the next 8 episodes, right? You told me. Uh,
Um,
or 10. I'm sorry, 10 episodes because I remember afterwards we go to Colombia, bouncing back episode 11, and that's when we meet Elena Rodriguez, Yo-Yo.
yeah.
So it's 10 episodes. Sorry, because they I think they did a good job of handling multiple storylines going on at the same time. I like how each storyline came to the conclusion it was, and like it met at the exact same point and didn't feel weird. Like I like how we took Ward to him rebuilding Hydra and then being again to him and trying to convince Ward to join him, and then to episode 10 he's like with the portal, and then that's where he meets his demise. Like I feel like everything came together so well in this season compared to season 2
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
storylines. Uh, uh, yep. We that I really want to get to the episode. I want to get to my personal favorite episodes of this season, and it's definitely number one for me. And second is from season 5 is the first one obviously is the
Mhm.
4,772 hours episode.
Yeah.
That's my number one favorite episode of this season.
Yeah. Mine too.
Oh my god, one of the best episodes, and one of the best Simmons centric episode, like one of the best Fitzsimmons. Like
Yeah.
it's just oh my god, so good.
Yeah. Elizabeth Henstridge's performance is great in that episode.
Yes. Oh my god, and just her, just one person in this one planet is incredible. Like she did such a good job just by herself. And then before we meet Will, of course, the astronaut Will,
Mhm.
like another horror level and incredible. The second episode is my favorite. The second favorite episode I mentioned is Rewind. That's the one with Fitz
Mhm.
and getting, get arrested, and then obviously we meet Lance again. That's my second favorite episode of this season of this show. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nice to have Lance back for that one.
Yes. Oh my god, he was still funny and so incredible. Oh my god. And that's his like last appearance so far, right?
I think that's his last appearance.
Yeah, because I know 5 is like the 100 episode, right?
Yeah.
That's the episode I'm gonna see next.
Okay.
So that's where I'm actually left. So yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. The other episode that I thought was pretty cool. Next one I'll just say is bouncing back, just the sole purpose of meeting Yo-Yo. So I like that episode the most. And then what else I like the most? Yeah, the Inside Man and Parting Shot are my other 2 episodes I really like. Those are where this is where Tablet gets controlled by Gillian because his son was any human, and this is where we meet Quill again, and then parting shot is the last episode with Lance and Bobby. That's another great episode, and
Yeah.
then yeah, and then from space time, Parasite lost the team, the Sintiger failed experiments, and then episode 20 to 22 are my favorite episodes. All those are great episodes in my opinion.
Okay, so the second half of the season.
Yes, that's because I skip Watch Dogs because I'm like, I don't care. But despite
Yeah.
the shotgun ask thing with Mac,
Yeah.
very good stuff. And then and the beginning of Laws of Nature, the season premiere was also good too. Yeah, really great season with great episode. I think there was no episode I dislike. It was like I can take it and leave it. So and then what else? Oh, and I guess to wrap things up, they did set up certain things for season 4, and obviously with the second half we met Dr. Radcliffe. Uh, I I mean, should we save him for the fourth podcast? Well, after we get finished with Hawkeye, I'm like, could we talk about a little bit about him in this part?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he was interesting when we saw him in episode, was it 18, right? Or yes, 18.
Yeah.
When Fitzsimmons trying to meet him and try to cure for Sky's infection from Hive's mind control. I thought he was a very fascinating character, and obviously we see the life model decoy of what's her name?
Ada.
Yeah, thank you. And all fascinating things. It was funny how we get introduced to his character, like when Ava is telling Fitzsimmons, "Oh, you have to do this one thing, like had to put on this robotic eye," and then that's how we meet him, and that's very funny. Um, and it's just funny how he was trying to create the what's it, the Primus Inhumans, or that's how I say it? Question mark.
Where?
What's
What was it?
primitive Inhumans? Oh my god.
Primitive.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
The primitive Inhumans. His role in those were very funny, especially when we get to the episode 20th, or it was before, like when he has to go help Hive to launch this rocket, and then like he's trying to inform those the humans, the controlling humans. And it's like, oh, okay, this is how you do it. It was a funny scene, and then obviously he was trying to use the gun, and like he shot the other humans. He was funny in this last half of season 3, and it was great to see him again in season 4. Um, I like his chemistry with Fitz. That's another thing that was cool.
Yeah.
Because especially when we get to season 4, I like he sees him as a son and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Is there any? Oh, and after the next character, we meet the president, President Ellis, in this season.
Yeah.
That was cool to see. But yeah, so overall, my thoughts. It's a good season. It's one of my personal favorite season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I will definitely go back to it. I will definitely say that. Because I think I like season 4. I kind of lose interest in the whole Agents of Hydra pod. But I enjoy Ghost Rider pod and the LMD pod. But then the last half of 4 is where I kind of like not good for me. But whatever. I know the 4th season is everyone's favorite season. I'm very curious to talk about that. overall? Because this is the one people like get to like the show the most, right? Like, is that season? Oh, I like this show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, right?
Um,
Or it
I don't
was
know. I feel like
like,
season 2 was
it's
when
where
people really started to.
mhm. Like, I mean, what's a good example on the show? Like people like uh, like trying to think because nowadays people like the show right away from season one,
Mhm.
right? And it was like I remember this far in between like Arrow. I think people liked that show when season two happened, and then Flash as well, like season two, and I don't know, because when season four came out with Ghost Rider, that's where people talk more about the show and say like,
Mhm.
oh no, this is good, because and it's because especially with the pods,
Yeah.
like okay, here is this one section of a pod, and then here's the next ones, and then here's this last ones.
Hmm.
We'll see. You say this is your favorite favorite season.
Season 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I mean, the Ghost Rider theme is amazing. I love that.
Yes.
And the LMD, amazing. Love that as well. And then it'll be interesting to talk about what's your favorite pod that season. That's the other thing I'm excited about. It's like which pod is your favorite in
Yeah.
season four. And anything else we have to talk about for season three? Well, I think we covered everything. Um,
Yeah. We talked about a lot.
um,
Um,
like it's like what else we are forgetting? I'm like, I think we got everyone. Right?
yeah.
Oh, Hellfire. He pops up here.
Hmm.
Um, fascinating character. He was funny. Um, yeah, yeah. I think we covered everything for this season. So I guess to wrap things up, next week is Hawkeye. Um,
Yeah.
that's gonna be our next weekly TV discussion. Are you pumped to see Hawkeye again? Well,
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for this show. Um, more excited for it than I was for like Eternals and
yes.
yeah. So
I'm I'm
yeah.
really like I think I'm really excited to get back to a TV weekly series for like action after What If.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Oh
I'm
man.
yeah. Oh no, go ahead, go ahead. You were gonna
No,
say-
no. I just was yeah, what if was brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal for
um,
us. Yeah.
but yeah, no, I the trailer for Hawkeye looked really fun. Um, yeah, I love the setting. I love the tone it seems to have. So I think it'll be a good time. And I'm excited to see Yelena again.
Yes, that's true. I'm excited to see where she's gonna pop up.
Hmm.
I'm excited to see Kate Bishop, the actress Haley Steinfeld. I
Yeah,
really like the actress. I'm really excited to see her in the MCU. And in general, I'm excited to see more development for Hawkeye as a character and give more for Jeremy Renner because I really like Jeremy Renner as an actor
hmm,
because he gets kind of like the short shift of things in the MCU films, unfortunately. Despite I like his stuff, like in Age of Ultron, he's like the best thing about that movie. Or he's good in Civil War, and I like the stuff they did for him in Endgame, but like there's not enough for that character.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think I'm very excited for that, and I'm excited we're gonna get uh, 2 episodes in the week. That's like we only did that with one division, and so this is cool. So
Hmm.
So we have like plenty of talk for next Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I'm very excited for that. And that's a good way to start Thanksgiving week. Have Hawkeye. But yeah, but thank you, Will, for coming for today and talk about Agents of Shield season 3. This was a fun discussion
Yeah. Thank you.
for the show. Yeah, and soon we need to discuss other shows from Marvel, like Netflix, the Netflix Marvel shows. I mean, I'll be excited to talk about Daredevil, and then goes downhill afterwards with the other characters.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna be excited to talk about Iron Fist. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh
Uh,
man.
yeah. Well, we'll do like a lazy podcast of Iron Fist. It was like,
Okay.
it
We
was a
could
bad
talk about
season.
what we would have preferred them do with Iron Fist instead of that.
Yes, I think we did that. Oh my god, that'll be a fun podcast. Oh dear. So thank you, Will, for coming today, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks for having me.
yep. And everyone have a good Thanksgiving week. Me and Will be back for next Sunday on Hawkeye, and of course, it's 2 episodes that they're gonna premiere on Wednesday, right? Is that the same thing we did from Loki, right, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's coming out November 24th, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they've been. Uh, I guess they say they're gonna keep that going, right? Um,
Yeah. It's Wednesdays.
okay. Yeah. Yes, they're gonna premiere the first 2 episodes on November 24th, 2021, which is yeah, on Wednesday. So okay. So thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. We will be back for next week for Hawkeye. Have a good week.